everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well as always. Today I'm filming a Q&A for you guys because I actually just felt like doing something a little bit more chatty and more casual on my channel this week and just something different. I actually put out the feelers on Instagram stories. I love doing that to see if you'd like to see something like a Q&A and if you had any questions, and luckily you did. So I've been screenshotting mad the last few days anything you sent in to me, and there's some really good ones in there. I actually asked you, would you rather like more general stuff or more kind of makeup questions, and the overall answer was general, but I have gotten a few makeup questions too, so I'm going to throw them in there as well. I know that's kind of going against what I asked, but they're good ones, so I think you'll understand. And yeah, I've changed up my background as well for this video if you haven't noticed. I just feel like a little bit of change this week, so I've moved over to the dining table, which is actually a new addition to the apartment, which you haven't seen yet, but yes, finally have a dining table. And yeah, as I said, I have questions ready to go, so let's just jump right into this video. Okay, so I have all the questions screenshotted on my phone as I said, so I'm just going to start picking them out in random order. The first one is, what filming equipment do you use? So for filming, I use a Canon 700D. I've had it for years. I got it for my 18th birthday because my original plan was to start YouTube when I was 18, believe it or not, if you didn't know that already. I really wanted to start YouTube after I finished school. I just turned 18 after my leaving cert was over, so I got this camera and ended up like completely shying out of it and not starting. But look, better late than never, and I got to use the camera, so it was all good. And then I just use a ring light for lighting. I haven't always used a ring light. I actually used to use those kind of box lights when I lived with Erica, but when I moved here I bought a ring light. I didn't repurchase the box lights because I literally have nowhere to put them, and a ring light was just a little bit more tidier. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm not sure of the exact name or anything. I just bought it on Amazon, so I'm going to link that below in the description box for you if you do want to check it out. It wasn't very expensive for a ring light and it's doing a pretty good job so far, so I would recommend it. So as I said, I'll link that below, and I'll also put a link to the camera as well, just in case you want to check that out. I'm not even sure like if it's still around, that particular camera. There's probably like a newer version now, but it is quite good for filming, and it's also really good for taking pictures. I'm not like a camera whiz, so I don't know loads about it, and I'm like not even the best at working it. I just kind of know the basics, but I do think it's very good. And for editing the videos then I use iMovie, just basic iMovie, which comes on your MacBook from Apple. It comes on any Apple laptops, I think, or computers, which is really handy. But I am looking into getting like a different editor, maybe something a little bit more kind of advanced that you can kind of do more things on, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So if any of you have any other editors, or if you're using them, let me know in the comments below if you'd recommend a particular one. But for now, iMovie is really good, and it was really easy to learn like about. I was able to kind of teach myself to edit, which is kind of what I needed really. I didn't want to go into something too complicated straight away. So yeah, if any of you are like starting out like YouTube or starting out like making videos, I would definitely recommend to check out iMovie. Or maybe if you're looking for a new laptop, I would recommend to go with Apple because it comes with iMovie on the laptop, so that's a plus. Okay, next question. What is the top place on your bucket list? That's a tough one actually. I have so many places I want to visit. Like I have a severe travel bug, like 24/7. I always find new places I want to go to, and I love traveling so much. But probably right now the top thing on my bucket list is Australia. Really want to go to Australia like pretty soon. Our friend just moved over there for the year, so we really want to visit her maybe before the year's out. And another place I really want to go to is South Africa. I've never been to Africa, so I would love to go there, and David wants to go too, so hopefully that'll happen as well within the next few years. And yeah, other than that, I think like my place on the very top of my list that I'm saving for my honeymoon is Bora Bora. I really want to go there. It looks absolutely divine. Another place on my list, I have like a list like the size of my arm, honest to God, I could keep going all day. But another place on my list is Cuba, and another place is the Amalfi Coast in Italy. They both look divine, and I need to go there ASAP. Question number 3, this is a funny one actually. What is your favourite character on Gossip Girl? If you know me, you'll know Gossip Girl is one of my favourite series ever, so I'm not surprised when you ask me this. And of course, it's pretty easy. It has to be Blair. She's like the best character ever, I think, in the history of like television. I absolutely loved her. I thought she was just hilarious. After watching her, I would just like have a total different mind frame. I'd be like, what would Blair do in this situation, you know, that kind of way. So yeah, Blair hands down. And actually someone else asked a question that kind of ties into that, so I'm going to add that on, and it's, which do you rather, Friends or Sex and the City? And this is such a hard question because I know a lot of people compare them because they're both kind of like feel-good shows. But to me, they're very different. I think like Friends is like something you'd have on in the background while you're like just chilling, or while you're maybe online shopping or something like that. Whereas Sex and the City, like I got hooked on, like I could not stop watching it and I was glued to it. I only watched it for the first time this year, which I know is ridiculous. Actually, sorry, last year, but still ridiculous. Like, I don't know how it took me that long. But if I had to choose between the two of them, like had to, I think I'd have to go with Friends. Like, I love Sex and the City, I love it so much, but like Friends is just like Friends. Come on, it's a classic. You just have to pick Friends in that situation. I'm sorry. I still love Sex and the City though. Like, I think they're too different to compare them to, honestly. Next question, what are some of your favorite nude lip combos? So right now I am loving Strip Down from MAC, the lip liner with Flesh Pot lipstick from MAC. That's actually what I'm wearing right now. Absolutely obsessed with that at the moment. I'm wearing it like constantly. But another one I love as well is Hover lip liner from MAC. All my lip liners are usually from MAC. So Hover lip liner from MAC, and Anastasia Beverly Hills, the liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. If you've been following me for a while now, you'll know that that's another favourite of mine. I absolutely love both of those too, especially together. And then other than that, let me see, what else do I like? I actually really like Soar lip liner from MAC as well, with the faux lipstick. They're lovely together. It's a bit more of a pinky nude, so if that's kind of more what you're into, or if you feel like that suits you better, that's more pinky. Whereas this one is a bit more browny, and the other one I mentioned is kind of like somewhere in the middle. But yeah, they'd probably be like my top 3 favorites that like spring to mind straight away. Okay, question number 4. How did you and David meet? I could literally sit here all night and tell you that story because it's a pretty long one, but long story very short. We literally just met through friends. I was still in school at the time, and one of my best friends was going out with one of David's best friends. So we basically like just met through them. Well, they kind of actually pushed us together, really, to be honest. If you're watching, you'll know who you are. But yeah, they kind of like basically introduced us and set us up, and the rest is history. So yeah, not a crazy exciting story. Okay, next question. What is your favorite place you have ever been on holiday? That's a hard one too, actually, because there's so many places that I've loved. I think though overall, I think like holiday experience, I loved the Dominican Republic a few years ago. I went with my family and it was just such a nice like relaxing week. Like, we didn't get to see a lot of Dominican Republic because we went to like a resort, and as you'll know, you don't really leave the resort when you get there, especially when it's like an all-inclusive. So that was like one of my favorite experiences. But holiday, I would probably have to say probably the complete opposite of Dominican Republic, because this was definitely a lot less luxurious. But it was probably traveling through Asia with David. We did that 2 or 3 years ago at this stage. What was it? 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. And yeah, that was just like definitely a huge trip to remember, and something that I'll always kind of have like memories from. We did like Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Bali, and it was just like incredible. It was definitely something that I'm so glad I did, and I got to take loads of things off my bucket list. So yeah, that was probably like my most memorable holiday. The next question is, who are your current favorite fashion and beauty YouTubers? That's another really hard one. These questions are so hard. I watch so many people on YouTube, so it's hard to narrow them down. But at this very moment, there's a few people that I am kind of loving. Kind of do go through phases with people. Like, I'll kind of binge watch them for like a week, and then I'll kind of move on to someone else, and then I'll come back to that person again. But at the moment, I'm really liking Lucy Fink. She does like all those refinery videos, and I just find her really easy to watch, and kind of like, you know, she's just a nice girl to watch. And she does like a huge mixture of things. She's not like anything in particular, very lifestyle, I guess. But she's very fun, so definitely check her out. I'll leave anyone that I mentioned in the description box. I'm also loving, he's not like fashion or like beauty, but I'm loving Alfie Day's vlogs from Pointless Blog. I've been watching him and Zoella for absolute years, and yeah, I find his vlogs quite good. They're like fun to watch, and they're like easy. They're just nice to have kind of on in the background, that kind of way. And who else? Let's see. Oh, I'm also loving Kaelin MUA. She's actually Irish as well, and she's really makeup focused. She's just amazing at makeup. She's really, really talented, and she's just killing it at the moment, especially on YouTube. So yeah, really liking her. I've been watching her quite a bit lately. And of course, like Nikki Tutorials, love her, always watch her. Manny MUA, love him. He's just brilliant, absolutely. Obviously Daisy Perkins, love her. Katie, love her. Jamie Genevieve. This is turning into like a huge list now, I'm sorry. And one more as well, Ashley Brooke for fashion. She's really good. A lot of the YouTubers I follow are more like beauty focused, so I just kind of like find that myself. I more look to Instagram for fashion and more like YouTube for makeup, so sorry I don't have loads of fashion ones, but I do love Ashley Brooke and she's very fashion focused, so I'll leave all those people below. There'll probably be about 10 after I count all the ones I've mentioned, but yeah, all of those people are definitely worth a check out, and there's so many more as well that I'm probably forgetting, but yeah, definitely those ones anyway, check them out. Next question is, what is your all-time favorite makeup product? That is the hardest question on this whole list. I don't know. That is like so difficult. Oh my god. I guess like for me, something that I probably couldn't live without, like I just think is probably like an essential in my makeup bag because I reach for it quite a bit. It's like a classic red lipstick. I just think that I do have quite a few makeup free days here in New York because I just don't like to suffocate my skin all week at work, so I like to pare things back a little bit and just pop on a bit of strobe cream and maybe like a bit of brow product, and then I'll pop on my red lip and it'll just make me feel like so much better instantly. Even though I have hardly no makeup on, it just like brightens things up for me a little bit and just saves the day. So yeah, I'd probably say my all-time favorite makeup product is a red lipstick. A classic like perfect red lipstick. My favorite at the moment is Feel So Grand from MAC. It's a liquid lipstick and I just absolutely love it. If I'm ever wearing a red lipstick, that's probably the one it is. So I'll leave that below in the description box as well in case you want to check that out. And yeah, I think that's like my best answer. I'll probably like look back and be like, no, I should have said this, but no, I think that's a good answer. I'm gonna go with that. Okay, next question, and it is a New York related question actually. It's how did you move to New York and what was the process you had to go through? So for those of you who don't know, I moved to New York from Ireland obviously in October 2016, and I moved here on an O2 visa. Basically what that is it's an add-on to my sister's visa. My sister Erica, who I work with, is on an O1 visa, which is basically like a visa for freelancers, or say for instance like influencers or like artists or actresses. It's kind of hard to put a label on it, but it's kind of like for people who work for themselves or who work with like a variety of clients. Freelancing really is a good way to describe the O1 visa. And when you're on that visa, you can hire someone onto your team or onto your business or whatever else, and they can get the O2 visa. So it was really good. It was a brilliant opportunity for both of us. Erica really needed help and I really wanted to move to New York. I'd actually come to New York for 3 months the year before that, or sorry, 2 years before that, and I'd lived here and I just like instantly fell in love with the place. And when I went back to Ireland after those 3 months, I settled back in and everything else. I got a job and all those kind of things. I just found it kind of difficult to settle back in there, and I just knew in my heart I wasn't finished with New York and I wanted to come back. So it was great. It was so great that I had that opportunity, and you know, it just made sense to me at the time. I just quit my job and done some traveling, and I was just ready for change, to be honest. I was ready to come to a new city and just experience new things. You know, I was only 19 at the time and I was just kind of eager to live somewhere else in the world, and New York was obviously my first option, especially with the fact that I had family here and I had some friends here as well. So yeah, that's basically what brought me to New York. It was a mixture of obviously loving the place and wanting to come back, but also knowing that there was going to be a lot more opportunities for me here. Just in general, in big cities like this, there are great opportunities for you when you're that age. So yeah, it was kind of like a mixture of those two things. But so far I'm absolutely loving it. I've been here 2 years now in October, and I would absolutely love to stay here even longer than that if it's possible. Okay, coming to the end, I promise. I'm not even sure what number I'm on anymore, so I'm not even going to say. But the next question is, what are your go-to clothing brands? Probably Zara for most of my clothes. Like a lot of my wardrobe is Zara. For jeans and like denim and things like that, I like Topshop and River Island. I shop a lot on Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing, ASOS, Mango, H&M sometimes. I'll pick some stuff up in there. I'm a big high street gal. Like there is a few things that are a little bit more high end, but most of the time my things are high street. I like to kind of like spend my money on more so the accessories, so like the shoes, the bag, the sunglasses, and then most of my outfit is high street, so I like that kind of mix. And there was actually another part to that question as well. It's what is your 3 go-to clothing brands if money wasn't an option? That is a tough one. That is actually so tough. Probably Saint Laurent, Chanel and Prada, I would say. Probably other ones as well that I can't think of right now. That's a hard question. But to be honest, if I had loads of money, I probably would still shop in Zara, but just buy way more and feel less guilty about it. Okay, and we are finally to the last question, and it kind of has 2 parts to it. So the first part is, What is your vision and hopes for your YouTube channel, and do you have anything exciting in the pipeline? I guess my hopes for my YouTube channel is obviously to like grow my channel and, you know, obviously get a bigger number of subscribers and things like that. Obviously that's a big goal when you start a YouTube channel, because you put so much effort into your content. You obviously want like as many people to see it as possible. But honestly, my current like hopes and goals for my channel is to kind of just find my rhythm, like to settle into YouTube and find my groove, if that makes any sense, and just to figure out what works best for me and like what content I most enjoy making, and kind of just as well to get my personality across more, because sometimes when I watch back my videos I feel like I just want to like shake myself and be like, just be more like yourself, because you know, as easy as you think it is to sit in front of a camera and film yourself, and you know, you think that you're going to come across as you always do in real life every day, it actually is hard. Like it's a lot harder than you think, and that's something that I didn't realize. Like I thought that I'd be able to sit in front of a camera and just like be myself straight away and come across like myself, but it's not the case, and it's actually really like frustrating to watch sometimes, because I really just want to like share my personality with you and like help you get to know the real me. So I guess right now, like, that is my goal, to really get comfortable in front of the camera and to become like myself and just find my groove, like realize the kind of videos that I really enjoy making and just kind of make more of them, and realize as well what my audience likes and kind of like cater to that. And yeah, just in general, like kind of settle into my YouTube channel. They say it takes like a year, so I'm just kind of past the year mark now, but to be honest, I feel like I've only started properly this year, so it may take a few more months. But look, YouTube is all about patience, and I'm totally okay with that. Like I'm completely and utterly not expecting to like grow overnight, or like, you know, everything to be perfect overnight, because that's just not realistic. So right now I'm just like uploading as much content as I can, creating as much content as I can, with the hopes that, you know, I will get better over time and I will kind of find my groove, I guess. To the other part of that question, do I have anything exciting in the pipeline? Right now, not really. Definitely a few things happening over the next few months that I am excited about, but nothing crazy exciting, just little bits and bobs that I kind of want to do. But definitely let me know if you have ideas for anything that you'd like me to do. There's loads and loads of ideas and thoughts going through my head about things I want to do this year and next year. Hopefully some of those things will come to plan and work out. And the final part to that question is, do you ever plan on going full-time with your YouTube channel? And yeah, that's a good one as well. I suppose that ties into what I was just talking about. Of course, I would absolutely love to go full-time with my YouTube channel. That would be like my dream job. Whenever I say that to someone, they laugh at me. But no, YouTube is something I really enjoy. I've always wanted to do it, and it's something like I'm really passionate about. Like I'm not just doing it because, you know, it's the cool thing to do right now. Because I feel like a lot of people are jumping on the YouTube bandwagon at the moment, because it's kind of like the trendy thing to do right now, and everything is kind of going in the video direction, even though it has been going that way for quite a while. But for me, YouTube is definitely more than that. So yeah, of course, that would be a dream for me. But right now, I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. But I am actually planning on cutting down a day in work. Erica and I have actually discussed that. So I think from April on, I'm going to be taking Fridays off and just working on my YouTube channel that whole day. So filming and editing and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be a huge help, because right now I kind of do all my filming and editing during the week in the evenings, and it can be a little bit tiring. So having that full day was going to be great. And yeah, I'm happy with that for now. I'm happy to continue working my other job and doing this on the side. It's all suiting me at the moment, but of course, down the line, hopefully. Okay guys, and that brings us to the end of this Q&A. I have no idea how long this is going to be until I go and edit it now. Hopefully it's not too long. But I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me, or maybe learned something that you didn't know already. And yeah, I really enjoyed filming this, and I'd love to do them more often. So if you ever have any questions, just send them on and I'll screenshot them for the next Q&A. But in the meantime, if you did like this video, definitely don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as usual, and subscribe to my channel too. I'll leave a little thing here somewhere, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!